What's up, Bug? Doug with D&E in the garage. In here, something very interesting. It's time for me to do another oil change on the new 4.7 here. I was looking into what oil would be best, most effective, most efficient, and my answer took me to, oh boy, Amazon Basics. That's right. I'm about to put Amazon branded oil into my Jeep. It was $24 for 6 quarts of full synthetic, high mileage 5W30. Now, when people were first telling me about Amazon Basics, I was highly skeptical. I was thinking, I'm not gonna put no-name Amazon brand friggin' oil in my Jeep. It'll be dead in a week, right? Did a little bit of research. All right, it's made by Warren Industries, which makes all kinds of oil and other petroleum style products. They make the Super Tech engine clean out that I did a review on. They also make the Super Tech synthetic oil. And what really sold me, you guys familiar with Project Farm? He's got a channel on YouTube, big channel. He does crazy stuff. He tests products in a scientific, methodical way to make sure he gets clean, usable results. He tested this stuff against liquid moly, which is a German oil, crazy expensive. It's like 15 bucks a quart. And it's what a lot of people consider to be the best oil you can get for a high performance engine. And he tested this stuff against that and it blew it out of the water. Blew it out of the water. So for the price, $24, shipped to my door, got it next day. I ordered this at about 2 o'clock yesterday. It's 2 o'clock today. This stuff shows up, time to put it in the Jeep. So the point of this video is to introduce this stuff. There's so many gimmick oils out there now. What do they got? The 1-year oil, the 20,000 mile oil change. I don't know about all that stuff. Makes me nervous, especially when you're dealing with an old engine. My personal theory on oil, when you're dealing with something over 100,000 miles, or like most of my Jeeps getting up closer to 200,000, as long as you change it when you are supposed to, every 3,000 miles, you're going to be fine with just about whatever you put in there. Now, the one caveat to that, if you've seen my video on how the 4-liter or other old pushrod engines need zinc, check that out if you have a 4-liter. But since the 4.7 has the overhead cam, it's good with a more conventional modern oil. This is of course full synthetic, high mileage. I don't really know what they changed for the high mileage aspect of it. If you guys know, by all means leave me the comment down in the squawk boxes. Let's get this stuff in the Jeep and then maybe we'll talk about it some more. Well, friends, it's about a month and a half later. I was going to, or actually did, film the rest of this video the day I did that oil change. But then it occurred to me, what am I going to tell you the day I did the oil change? I couldn't give you any real review about how the oil performed. So I scrapped that ending, and I've been sitting on it since then. We've got about 2,500 miles on it since then, and I can now tell you that this oil, in my opinion, has performed really well. What would you look at to determine if oil performed well? Well, first of all, this engine burns a little bit of oil. Not a ton, maybe a quart, a little less than a quart per oil change, something I'm going to be looking into. But a low quality oil is probably going to burn more in an engine like this. Why? Because it's going to degrade quicker. It's going to thin out, and whatever situation is causing the oil burn or lossage is going to be exacerbated by a cheap oil. Now, I think I'm only at about a half quart on 2,500 miles, which is pretty good for this engine. I think it's got a PCV issue, maybe some other things that I'm going to be looking into. Additionally, when I pull the dipstick, it's not overly dark. It doesn't smell overly burnt. It's not overly gummy or anything. It's just a good oil, you know. I'm blown away at the low cost and quality, and I was able to order it, you know, like Tuesday afternoon, and when I got home from work on Wednesday, the stuff is sitting in the driveway, you know. So I am converted. I've had a few of you suggest that Super Tech is the exact same oil, which would make sense. They're both Amazon Basics and Super Tech are produced by or manufactured by Warren, so likely they could be very well the same formulation. I'm going to continue using this Amazon Basics. If you had told me a few years ago that I'd be using Amazon oil in my daily driver, I would have laughed you out of your seat, man. It's crazy how far oil technology has come, even just since I was a kid. You know, there was no synthetic yet, conventional oil, pretty much, I think anyway. If there was synthetic, I didn't know about it. And now you've got, you know, like Amazon, Walmart oil that's really just fine. You've got full synthetic that suggests you don't need to change it more than once a year. It's pretty wild stuff. So in this Jeep, I'm going to keep running the Amazon Basics. I think it has performed well, and I'm going to continue using it. Can't beat it for the price, man. I can't afford to waste money on oil. I'd love to know what you guys think. If anybody else is using Amazon Basics or Super Tech, let me know if you've had good experiences or bad experiences. Any other questions, by all means, leave me that comment down there in the squawk boxes. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.